Gauff's ex-boyfriend Jalen Sera reportedly issues threatening message following breakup. The sports world wasn't prepared for the storm that rolled in on an otherwise quiet Sunday morning. Coco Gauff, beloved tennis icon and global inspiration, had just wrapped up a week of training in Miami when social media suddenly ignited with a wave of speculation, rumors, and disbelief. At the center of it all stood one name the world had never expected to see tangled with hers again. Jalen Sera, the talented but controversial young basketball prospect who had once been her boyfriend years before. Fame, pressure, and ambition pulled them in separate directions. For months, their breakup had remained peaceful, private, mature, or so everyone assumed. But that fragile peace was shattered the moment Jalen's voice leaked online. A threatening message, an angry tone, a storm brewing beneath the surface. Suddenly, a forgotten relationship became the biggest headline on the planet. The breakup that wasn't supposed to go wrong. Gauff and Sera's relationship had always fascinated fans. She was calm, disciplined, laser-focused. Jalen was passionate, unpredictable, brilliant, but volatile. They were opposites that somehow worked until they didn't. Sources close to the couple claimed the breakup months earlier had been mutual. She wanted stability. One friend reportedly said he wanted attention. Another whispered, still, there were no public fights, no social media drama, no cameras capturing arguments, just silence. A clean break. Or so got believed. The audio leaked that shook the internet. At 7:48 a.m., a mysterious account posted a 23-second audio clip on X, formerly Twitter. Within minutes, it spread like wildfire that a male voice, deep controlled, filled with a quiet kind of fury, could be heard saying, "If she thinks she can walk away like I never mattered, she's mistaken. Tell her I'm not finished, that I'll make sure she listens." The uploader claimed the voice was Jalen Sera's. Though unverified, fans immediately recognized the tone, the cadence, the familiar arrogance from his past interviews. Within an hour, Jalen, Sera, and Coco Gauff were trending in over 30 countries. Sports reporters scrambled for comments. Fans demanded explanations. And Gauff's team immediately went into protective mode. The calm before the storm. Coco's silence. Coco, training quietly in Miami, had no idea what was unfolding online. She began her morning at 6 a.m., sipping her matcha, stretching before practice, writing in her journal, completely unaware that the world was about to drag her name through a dramatic whirlwind. Her phone buzzed repeatedly, but she ignored it, staying locked into her morning routine. Tennis had taught her discipline, and discipline meant shutting the world out until practice was done. But by 10 a.m., her coach, Diego Alvarez, approached her with concerned look. "Coco, we need to talk." When he played the clip, her reaction was immediate. Her breath hitched, her shoulders stiffened, and her eyes filled with disbelief. "That's him," she whispered. "I know that voice." For the first time in years, Coco Gauff felt fear crawl up her spine. The history knew. Publicly, Jalen and Coco's breakup looked clean. Privately, it had been anything but simple. Friends revealed that toward the end of their relationship, Jalen had become more possessive, more emotional, more unpredictable. Not abusive, never physical, but intense in a way that made Coco uncomfortable. He questioned her schedule. He doubted her friendships. Harassed her fame. And when she broke it off, he didn't take it well. There had been messages, long emotional paragraphs pleading with her to try again, then messages blaming her, then silence. Coco genuinely believed he had moved on until the audio surfaced. The internet divides support versus suspicion. Online reaction split into two worlds. World 1, supporters. Fans stood by Coco. Outrage and protective. She doesn't deserve this. This issuance. She worked too hard for this nonsense. Celebrities weighed in. Athletes sent messages of solidarity. The tennis community rallied instantly. World 2, doubters. Some insisted the clip was fake. AI voice clone, edited audio, clout chasers, and, of course, a small but loud crowd blamed Coco herself. The toxic culture that always questions a woman. The noise grew, the opinions multiplied, the pressure intensified, and all Coco wanted was silence. Behind closed doors, the meeting. By noon, Coco's team held an emergency meeting at her training facility. Security advisors, peer managers, legal consultants. They all gathered around a long wooden table. Coco sat at the center, hands clasped, staring at her phone as it buzzed relentlessly. "We need to determine whether the threat is credible," her manager began. "He won't do anything," Coco murmured. But the uncertainty in her voice betrayed her doubt. Her coach placed a hand on her shoulder. "Your safety comes first." A decision was made: increase security, monitoring of social media, contacting Jalen's representatives, temporarily postponing media appearances. Coco didn't want drama. She didn't want to be a victim. She just wanted peace. But peace was no longer hers to choose. Jalen Sera speaks. At 4:13 p.m., Jalen posted a video to his Instagram story. His face filled the screen, tired, irritated, defensive. "Yo, the internet's crossing a line." He began. "That clip? Not me. Someone faked my voice. I didn't threaten anybody. I'm not that dude. Leave me alone." He sounded believable, almost sincere, but the public was convinced. Comments exploded. "Then why hasn't Coco denied it? Your voice is identical. You said similar things before. Just apologize, bro." His defensiveness only fueled a fire. The real turning point. The second clip. 2 hours later, the storm evolved into a hurricane. A second clip leaked. The world responds. A necessary conversation. The situation sparked global dialogue. Why do so many young women face harassment after breakup? Why are female athletes targeted for their success? Why does society question victims before holding men accountable? Talk shows discussed it. Psychologists analyzed it. Athletes share their own experiences. Coco's situation became a wider symbol, a reminder that even the strongest women face shadows from their past. Where Jalen stands now. Following legal warnings, Jalen issued a second statement. More careful, more subdued, more controlled. "I made mistakes," he wrote. "I spoke out of anger, but I never meant harm. I hope she's safe, and am stepping back from all this." It wasn't 10-0 for the public, but it was a nod to prevent escalation. Coco Gauff rises above. Days later, Coco returned to practice. Stronger, sharper, fiercer. Her coach said she looked like someone with something to prove. But Coco wasn't proving anything to Jalen. She was proving anything to the media. She wasn't proving anything to the world. She was proving something to herself, that no threat, no fear could break her, that she had grown beyond her past, that she owned her story, her power, and her future. As she stepped onto court, camera flashes clicked. Reporters whispered. Fans cheered. And Coco Gauff, with her head high and her heart steady, whispered to herself, "I choose strength." The world watched, the noise faded. The scandal lost power, but Coco, she only grew stronger. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next.